Well, she is just an inspiration. Homeless on the streets of Brooklyn at the age of 3, Deborah Gregory was separated from her mother and became a ward of the state. Well, now she's become famous for her creation of the Cheetah Girls phenomenon. We are happy this morning to be joined by the best-selling author, Deborah Gregory. The second book of her Catwalk series is out next week. It is called Strike a Pose. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us, Deborah.
Yeah.
You are a cheetah woman today.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's first start, you grew up in foster care.
Yes.
How did that rough childhood really go into play with you becoming an author later on?
I think part of it is, I grew up under ACS, which is the city, New York City Administration of Children's Services. The first foster home, I was in a group home, and then the first foster home I was placed in, my foster mother was completely illiterate. Not one word could she read or write, and she would pretend with the newspaper upside down. So I think that had something to do with it. And we all knew she couldn't read or write. And I would charge the kids 50 cents to read the letters from school incorrectly, things like that. So it was kind of strange, but I think that's why I'm an author. I think that's why I write.
That motivated you.
Well, it was so painful. Can you imagine someone who can't read or write?
No.
And she's pretending,
Right.
and the world is it's so tremendously just unnerving. Something about that really affected me. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. So you had great success with the Cheetah Girls series.
Yes.
And now you're on book 2 of Catwalk.
Yes.
What inspired you in the fashion industry to kind of do this different series? What inspired you?
The Catwalk? Well, because to me it's almost the same prototype. With Cheetah Girls, the whole thing, it's aspirational, part of myself, which is how do you get out of your circumstances how do you transcend your background? It's through talent. We see this again and again, this example of success. So with the Cheetah Girls, this is with music, because I noticed kids are so into that.
Right.
So that's how I did that. So then I just take a second model. I was reading an article, the 10 most coveted careers. One of them is to be a model. Another is to be a fashion designer.
Speaking of modeling,
Yes.
we have some pictures of you
Yes.
when you did a little bit of modeling. So
Yes.
fashion and modeling and all of this is really close to your heart.
Yes, and it's also something I find that girls are very, intrigued by.
Okay, there we have a
being a
picture
model.
there up on the screen right now.
Yeah.
That's some good-looking stuff there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and like I said, a lot of girls, you've really touched on music they love and
They
the
love
fashion.
music.
Right. So
And then fashion. But yet again, it's another way. If you have the right talents or genes, you can transcend your background and travel all over the world, and you have a window into another world.
Cheetah Girls has been wildly successful. We've
Yes.
got to ask about
God bless.
Catwalk. Are we going to see this on the screen?
I pray. I've signed a contract with Teen Nick Network, which was formerly the End. They will officially debut September 28th. It's Teen Nick Network for TV series development.
That's
Ouch.
wonderful. Good luck to you. We also
Thank
want
you.
to just quickly mention another search that you've been doing. You want to show a picture of, this is your biological mother,
Yes,
who you
my
said
mom.
you've never showed a picture of her before,
Yes.
and a woman that you're still searching for.
Well, I mean, I've made peace with it. She technically is a missing person. I've never found her. She had 5 children. And my older sister really wanted me to find her. I've done my best. So you have to let go at some point, and that's all I can do.
Well, congratulations, much success.
Thank you.
With Catwalk and with everything else in life. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Deborah. And we put a link to the Catwalk series on our website, 7online.com. Click on the See It on TV link on the upper right side of the page, and you'll see weekend morning interviews and tips.